Well, hello and welcome to another episode of Garden City Community Chat. This is episode number 516. It's Thursday, February 18th, 2021. I am your host, Kerry, and also joining me tonight is the most dedicated weatherman in the business, Doppler Tom Iwinski. How you doing, Tom?
Yeah, I'm doing all right. How are you guys tonight?
You're probably pretty tired, eh?
Just a tad.
Yeah, well. Also, longtime Garden City resident and former city councilman and dedicated co-host, Mike Jones. Mike, how you doing?
I'm doing excellent, Kerry. Still waiting to get a shot, but
well, hopefully we'll get that to you shortly. Let's hope. Keep our fingers crossed.
Yeah, they got to keep vaccinating people. See if we can stay ahead of these new viruses.
Exactly. Hey, we hope you're all safe and doing well. I have a program reminder for you for next week, February 25th. Our guest will be Scott Archer. He is the owner of the new Carrot Stick Sports that opened in Garden City. And also joining him will be the mother-in-law and daughter-in-law owner-operators of the Two Archer Salon. So they're going to be coming from their building there in Garden City, and maybe they'll give us a little tour. But mark your calendars. It should be a good one. Tonight, though, we are happy to have back with us our good friend, Canine Officer Sergeant Bruce Shippe from the Garden City Police Department. And he is also the Community Resource Officer for Garden City. Sergeant Shippe will be here to answer any of your questions and concerns or that you might have. So you'll want to have them ready. He hasn't quite got in the green room yet, but he assured me that he will be here. So hopefully he gets signed in pretty soon. But first up, Doppler Tom will be here with the latest weather forecast for us. We'll see if we'll ever see above 30 degrees again, and if and when the snow machine will be turned off for a while.
Yeah, I'm getting a little tired of snow.
Yeah, boy, this is crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Also, Joe Bartley's back with another tax talk from J&J Taxes and more. And Mike, I'm pretty sure we'll have a few announcements, right?
We do have a few.
Yep, we'll get them up on the screen for you, and you can go over those for everybody. I'll have the latest COVID numbers for you, which have been really good lately. So grab your favorite beverage or snack, and we hope you'll join us for the next hour or so right here in Garden City, Michigan, live. So should be a good one, Mike.
Yes, sir.
Now, before we get started, we do want to thank all our listeners and followers of the show who tune in every Thursday night, not only from our hometown here of Garden City, but several surrounding communities as well. We want you to know your support is greatly appreciated. So please continue to watch, share, and listen. And remember, if your community has any events or announcements or cancellations, what should they do, Mike?
They ought to email us, and we'd be glad to publicize that for them on our show.
Absolutely. Send us the details of your events to gccommunitychat@gmail.com or message us on our Facebook page at facebook.com/gcchat, and we'll be more than happy to announce that information for you. Okay, we have a great show for you tonight. And remember, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns for our guests, be sure to type them in the comment section if you're watching us live on Facebook. Or you can text your questions to 734-788-9319, and we'll do our best to get them answered for you. All right, let's get Tom in here with the latest check of the weather, and then we'll spend some time chatting with our special guest, Sergeant Bruce Shippe from the GCPD. Stand by. Okay, let's do a check on weather with Doppler Tom. Let's see what he has in store for the rest of this week and the weekend coming up. Tom, take it away. All right, what you got, man? This is terrible.
I feel like we're in a snow globe, and the crazy person that has the snow globe is just keeps shaking it and shaking it and shaking it because, it's been a busy week of weather, and it all started Monday with a pretty significant winter storm that moved through Monday into Tuesday. And in that 24 to 36 hour period, we saw near 9 inches of snow with that system. And that moved out. We saw a little dryness, then we saw a little bit more snow. And then today we're back into the snow again. And the good news is that it's on the lighter side, but nevertheless, it's still snowing. And the good news is that the snow will begin to wind down as we get into the next few hours. And we'll see some drying as we get into the overnight hours.
Nice.
And overall, again, though, the temperatures are going to stay on the cooler side. I don't really see them really warming up tonight. We're going to, again, be into the teens for overnight lows. And but the good news is that I see a change on the horizon. If you're sick of the cold, some good news is on the horizon in the foreseeable future, because each and every day we get a little bit warmer, and that will start on Friday as we get into the upper 20s for high temperatures. So it's definitely going to be a much relatively warmer day out there, and we'll see a little bit of that snow begin to melt out there. A little bit of sun here and there, but not too much, and that will be a similar story on Saturday with temperatures in the mid to upper 20s again for high temperatures. And then as we get into Sunday, we'll see again a lot of cloud cover, but the good news is that I believe on Sunday we will get above freezing.
No way.
For the first time in a long time.
Break out the shorts.
I know, right? We're going to probably see temperatures right around freezing or just above freezing for high temperatures on Sunday. And again, we'll see the roads really improve probably over the weekend and into next week, because as we get into next week, each and every day, Carrie, we'll see temperatures get above freezing for high temperatures.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. We're definitely going to see a pattern shift as we get into next week. And overall, temperatures are going to be above freezing. So on Monday, we'll probably be into the mid to upper 30s for high temperatures.
Wow.
And then as we get into Tuesday and Wednesday, we'll see temperatures nearing 40 degrees.
Oh, no.
So you're not completely wrong. People will probably be breaking out the shorts, because this is definitely a change that we can get excited about.
Really?
And as we get into the end of next week, we'll see those temperatures kind of back down a little bit more into the mid to lower 30s for high temperatures. And then our next chance of wintry precipitation will move in probably later in the week on into the following week. So I don't really see any big snow systems moving through our region and anytime soon, besides tonight and into another weekend on Sunday night. Those are our two chances for some lighter accumulation of snow. But the warm up next week, that's something that we definitely are going to be looking forward to. Yeah, and it's definitely going to help with the snow melting a little bit each and every day, because a little bit of sun will do a lot of work on that, on the pavement and on your overall snow coverage out there as well. So good news is on the horizon if you don't like the snow, and it's definitely going to warm up. Expanding outward and talking about some other weather, we're definitely seeing a pretty active weather pattern across the entire country. It's not just us here in Michigan, but this winter storm affected a good chunk of the country. Yeah. And it started all the way across the western United States, moved across the southern United States and into the Northeast. So we're going to start in the West. Obviously, they've been dealing with a lot of mountain snow and a lot of avalanche dangers across the western mountains. And that's still a concern out there right now. They're dealing with pretty much a lot of winter weather across the Pacific Northwest. And that storm system really dipped down and moved into the state of Texas. And if you haven't heard what's going on in Texas, there's a lot going on there. I mean, they dealt with record-breaking cold. They dealt with snow. Now they're dealing with effects of that with power outages and a lot of concerns with water as well. So that's been a big problem. The other problems really across the South was some severe weather as well. There were some tornadoes across Florida and the Carolinas. So this storm system had a whole bunch of multifaceted elements to it, and that system began to move northward and really affected the Ohio Valley and into the Great Lakes with us and into the Northeast, where snow and ice was a big problem across the entire neck of the woods. And they're dealing with the system right now across the Mid-Atlantic that's just brushing us with this lighter snow. And they're dealing with some heavier snow across that neck of the woods. But that storm system mainly missed us with the majority of the moisture. So that's some good news on our end. And the last real story I have was, you probably heard what happened today. Yeah. We landed on Mars again. I mean, that's just so unprecedented that another rover has landed on Mars. Yeah. It's Mars period. Geez, I can't even speak. It was the Mars rover that landed on there, and it took them many years to make. And it's just fascinating to see it happening live this afternoon, and completely remote. Basically, it's doing its own thing. There was a team that made a code, basically, and it was a 500,000 line code, 500,000 code line to really make the system happen remotely and automatically. So it all worked out. It successfully landed, and already the first images are coming back. So it's been a very very busy week in the weather and the space world out there. But if you want to keep tuned to all my local weather information, just go to my website, DopplerTomsWeather.com, and it will keep you updated on the snow and then the warm up coming up in next week. So look forward to that.
Yeah, definitely looking forward to that.
Yeah.
So that Mars landing, that took them 7 months to get there? Is that what I heard?
Yeah, it launched, I believe, in November, and it took them a good chunk of that time to get there. So yeah, it landed today. So took them a couple months to get there. Definitely not the shortest trip, but definitely quite interesting to say the least.
Yeah, what an
I've been
accomplishment.
working on that for about 10 years.
Yeah, I guess.
So, I mean, could you imagine being the people in that room just not really having control over what's going to happen, and you're just hoping and praying that everything works out? I mean, I couldn't even imagine. Yeah,
just entering the atmosphere at over 14,000 miles an hour or something.
It all worked out. It's just amazing that what we can do on Earth on other planets, and it's just the beginning. So we'll see what they come up with next.
All right, sounds good. Thank you, sir. All right, just a quick reminder: our show streams live every Thursday evening at 8 p.m. So we hope you'll set aside some time to join us, and be sure to invite your friends to join in as well. Also, if you go to our Facebook page, be sure to like and follow us, and that way you'll be reminded whenever our show is streaming live. You can also get more information and contact us by visiting our website at gccommunitychat.com. All right, our guest isn't in there yet. He said he had to reboot. So I think what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and play Tax Talk with Joe Bartley. How about we do that now? That sound good?
It sounds good.
All right, and we'll wait for our guest, Bruce Shippe, to come in. So hold on.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to Tax Talk with Joe Bartley from J&J Taxes and More. So last Friday, February 12th, the IRS began accepting returns. The problem is there's still some forms out there that haven't been officially approved. So some people are still having to wait before they can actually send those returns in. Now, the IRS has said that they will not extend the tax deadline. So wait and see on that. A couple things that may be of interest to people. If you usually receive an earned income credit, however, did not get it this year because of the fact that you drew unemployment, so your earned income was either nothing or a lot less, and you ended up getting a reduced amount, they can actually go back and use your 2019 earned income to figure out the credit for your earned income credit for this year's tax return. It's a little confusing, and you'll need to have your tax return, of course, from last year in order to figure that all out. So that was something new that they introduced this year, but it may benefit a lot of people. The other thing to remember that was new this year, even if you don't itemize deductions, there is a $300 or $600 for married filing joint credit on your taxes for cash charitable contributions. Now that is for cash only, or check that you've given. It doesn't include clothing or anything like that. And that is actually on the first page, even if you did not itemize. So that's a little credit for you. So there's things going on. There's a lot of rumors out there. check out my Facebook page, where I will give the latest and greatest of what's going on in the tax world as it happens. But there is rumors, but don't get too excited. So again, if I can be of service to anyone, give me a shout. You can email me at joe@jnjtaxesandmore.com. Like my Facebook page, message me on Facebook, or you can call the office at 734-523-8291. So I am located right on Ford Road, right next to the old Orange Jewelers, Suite 104, and love to help you out if I can. If you have any other questions that may come up or any topics you'd like me to speak of, let me know or let Carrie know, and we'll definitely get something going for you. Thank you, and have a great week.
All right. Thank you, Joe. It was great information again, as always. All right. Sergeant Shippe says he's back there. I'm going to refresh this page, so stand by, everybody.
That is not Sergeant Shippe.
I don't see him in there. All right, hold on. Live internet, right? All right, he's going to try and go back out and come back in. Okay. Well, let me do the COVID numbers real quick for everybody.
Yeah.
Let's see. Garden City's been doing very well. They've been keeping their cases down. There he is. I think I see him coming in now. There he is. Oh, jeez. All right, hold on. All right, we'll get to the COVID numbers after I introduce them. All right, let's introduce our guest for tonight. You saw him pop in there for a minute. He's no stranger to our show and a good friend. Please welcome from GCPD, Canine Officer Sergeant Bruce Shippe. Hey, how you doing? You hear me?
I can
You hear
hear you.
me?
Can you guys hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we hear you. Yeah, not a real good.
Yep, I can hear you.
Not a real good connection. How you doing? How you doing, Bruce?
Good. How are you guys
We're
doing?
doing great. We've got a real delay, I think.
Good. How are you guys?
Good.
So, Bruce, you're also the community resource officer. What's that all about? You want to explain that? Did you get that? Hello?
Yeah, I'm only getting bits and pieces. Actually, I lost you guys again.
Oh, did you? Yeah, you don't have a real good connection there. Oh, what a shame. You're also the okay, he's gonna try and reboot again, I think. Yeah, hold on a minute. I thought the Wi-Fi would be better at the police station than that, Mike.
Yeah.
Well, let's say hi to a few people that are in there watching. Patty Fix is in there. How you doing, Patty? Mrs. Chat's in there. She had a birthday yesterday, and today's my oldest son's birthday. Scott Archer, next week's guest, is in there from Carrot Stick Sports. How are you, sir? Kathy Ward, our #1 fan. Anna Archer. She is with, I believe, Two Archer Salon. They're going to be on next week as well, our guest. Mayor Randy Walker is in there. How you doing, Mayor? Good to see you. All right, let's see. I think Bruce texted me. Let me plug in the internet. Yes, that would work. Okay, he's going to try and go directly into the Ethernet. All right. So thank you all for watching. Appreciate that. Bear with us. Sergeant Shippey's trying to connect. All right, let's do the COVID numbers. Garden City, like I said, has been doing very well to keeping their case numbers down. Today they only had 1 case and no deaths. Yesterday I think they had 3 cases, so they're down today. Westland, unfortunately, had 9 cases and they had 2 deaths today. Dearborn and Dearborn Heights are still in double digits, not doing well at all. Dearborn 24 cases with 1 death, and Dearborn Heights 12 cases with 0 deaths. So they're not doing good at all. Mike, you're still looking to get your COVID vaccine.
Yeah, I'm not having a lot of luck. I've tried connecting with Meyer, with Garden City Hospital, with Walgreens.
Yeah.
The best I can do is get told that, well, there'll be more later.
Right. Well, I know everybody has been, we knew, like I said, a couple people that were scheduled and they've been pushed back, some of them till March now. So I don't know what, what's going on, but it's not looking good for Wayne County. That's for sure.
It's a lot slower than we would like.
Yeah. But I guess we're going to get it, and you just got to hunker down, like you said, and then bear with it, right?
Yeah.
All right. Pitchers and catchers. Spring is around the corner.
Yeah, pitchers and catchers are reported. Jerry reported at the Kiwanis meeting today that they are selling tickets for the regular season games.
Oh, wow.
And he's getting buses loads of people that want to go. And
I think they're limited, though, their crowd, right?
I don't know. I didn't even realize they were selling them.
Yeah, I didn't either, to be honest.
Apparently, they don't need a freight elevator operator yet, because I haven't been told.
No. How many years this year?
Total?
If you worked this year, how many?
If you're talking about total years, I started in 1978.
Oh, my gosh. Wow. Wow. So that's a little while.
Yeah, I was a vendor for like 20 some years, no more than that, 30 some years.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, Scott says pitchers and catchers report to camp is one of my favorite phrases. Yeah. It kind of makes you feel warm during this cold weather. Right?
Yeah, I've always liked that too, because it seemed like it was a harbinger of much better weather and warmer weather to come.
Right. So the reason we're delayed here and doing small talk, we're waiting for Sergeant Shippey to get an internet connection so he can join us. He was in for a minute there, but the connection here, we're going to try it now. Here we go. All right. How's that?
Oh, that's much better.
Much better. All right. Let's introduce him. Sergeant Bruce Shippey. How you doing?
Good, guys. How are you?
We're doing great. Doing great. So what I had asked you before was you're also the community resource officer. What does that entail?
Well, it's actually grown into quite a big position back here. So our community resource officer, we're responsible for quite a few tasks here. We have our court officer, our court liaison back here.
Mm-hmm.
We have our traffic officers here. We have our school resource officer, and then, of course, myself. So our focus is on community policing back here, just bringing together as many of the resources as we can, ourselves, the community, and bringing everybody together to just provide a better quality of life for our community.
Yeah, you do a lot for the community, that's for sure. A testament to all the pictures behind you there.
Yeah, those are, that's our trophy wall.
Yeah, that's nice. That's nice.
Yeah.
Well, you also do the cop on a block That was a huge success. Are you going to try and do that this summer? Uh-oh. He froze up again. Can you believe it? You froze up again. Oh my gosh. Unbelievable. What a connection he's got.
I'd like to find out if they're going to start that community resource academy.
Yeah, I have that on my list.
We were the second class and we got one session in before COVID shut us down.
Yeah. Well, I took the full 10 weeks. I was in the first class, and it's excellent, just excellent. There, I think he's going to reboot now. So did you get one class in or no?
Yeah, we got one class in.
Okay.
I guess they're going to move it to the larger meeting room downstairs when they restart it, but I don't know when they're going to restart it.
Yeah. Yeah, we were upstairs and had all our up there. But yeah, the bigger room would probably be better, I guess.
Better social distancing.
Yeah. And what was there, still 10 or 12 people in it?
Yeah, probably at least that. I think there were a couple of visitors or
From the first class.
from the first session or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, we're all invited to come if we want and sit in on any of them. So, yeah, I'll definitely ask them that. If we can get them back on, this is getting to be a real ordeal for sure. But that's the internet for you. Could be worse, right? Could be no power at all.
Yeah, you could have me running it.
Well, we'll figure it out. You'll get it. It looked like a good connection. Oh, here he comes again.
Yeah, it was for about 2 minutes there. We were real good.
Okay, you're back.
We're
You
back.
hear me? Okay, you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Well,
So I got hardwired into the internet, got rid of
Yeah.
the wireless, and then
Right.
the laptop says it needs to restart all of a sudden.
oh, gee.
We can't win.
I know.
No.
Live internet, right?
Yeah.
So anyway, we were talking about Cop on the Block this summer. Were you going to try and do that again this year somehow, or?
Yeah, you know what? I think altogether we're in a much better place as a community this coming summer than we were last summer. So we're really excited to get back to a lot of our programs. Cop on the Block is one of them. Getting out in the community, meeting everybody, bringing all the officers in the community together, hearing about some of the concerns we can address. Just getting back to our foundation is going to be great. So we're looking forward to it, and I think it's going to be another big successful year in the community.
Yeah, we need to get back to some kind of normalcy, With this pandemic now, how has that changed the procedures within the department? How are you handling that?
Well, we're doing really well. Everybody's been extremely receptive to a lot of the new things, and even the technology continually changes, right? So
Right.
you remember a year ago, all the things that we were doing, and we're still doing social distancing, the hand washing, the biggest things, wearing masks, those things. But some of the other processes that we were doing in the very beginning, because nobody really knew how to handle this, those have changed a little bit. So we're just kind of keeping that basic foundation going, and it's been successful here. Knock on wood, we've done a really good job, and things have worked out.
Right. Yeah, you're doing a great job, that's for sure. So, like, if you pull somebody over, they got to go to jail. I mean, how's that work? Gloves, masks, the whole schmear? Or?
Well, you know what? Now the masks are always on. I think that's something we're going to see for quite a bit of time now.
Yeah.
Until we, get better control of this. But in the beginning, boy, people were gowning up and gloving up, and because we just didn't know, right?
Right.
You look like you were going into an OR room. But now that's kind of changed. So, universal precautions, washing our hands, wearing gloves when we need to, cleaning up behind ourselves with, when we got prisoners in the back and things like that, monitoring temperatures, making sure we're screening the prisoners' property, right?
Oh,
and
right.
if they have any signs or symptoms, that we're getting them the medical attention that they need.
Right. And protect yourself as well.
Mhm.
Also, another big event that you used to do, and I was a part of it too, was Coffee with a Canine. That was really excellent.
Yeah, gosh, I can't wait. I feel like it's been years.
I
And
know.
I'm like, gosh, how do we do these things, right?
I know it.
Yeah, I actually was thinking about that today, and you get a little jittery going, like it's a first time all over again because it's been a year. But I can't, they were great programs, and they were successful for
Yeah.
everybody, right? For us, for the community.
Yeah.
Together. So we definitely got to get back to them. And we had talked about doing the virtual ones at some point like this, and
Sure.
they just didn't have the same,
Yeah.
Yeah,
you're right. In person, you really need that connection.
Yeah, and plus we would have to limit the people to it because we can't get that many people. You remember some of those were some huge gatherings, so I don't think Zoom and these guys are ready for about 45 or 50 people. So
Right. Now, how long have you been an officer now with Garden City?
well, I got a few more days here, and it'll be 22 years.
22.
February 22nd will be 22 years.
Well, congratulations. That's awesome.
Thank you.
And do you have Rudy with you?
Yep, he's over here sleeping on the job right now.
Is he? Oh, okay. Yeah, usually he's talking when we're interviewing, isn't he?
Yeah, he's gotten bored with this whole pandemic thing too. It's ironic to see the changes in the dogs, just because they don't have all that constant, human contact. I mean,
Yeah.
the people here, you've seen him. He runs around here like he's the house dog, right? The station dog, but it's still not the same. He's used to spending his days out in the community and doing all those things. You remember how he'd greet everybody at the coffee hours and stuff.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Now you watch him, he's kind of like, okay, another day.
Yeah. He loves that attention. That's for sure.
Yeah.
So how old is Rudy now?
He is going to be 9 years old coming up here.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Wow.
He's approaching retirement age.
He is. A matter of fact, we are heading down the road for a replacement.
Are you really?
Yep, we've got approval. We've got some selection processes coming up for a handler, selection processes for a dog, and then we got to implement the training. So it's going to be a busy several months here. And probably midsummer, we should be able to introduce our new dog and handler to the program. So into the community.
When you say down the road, where is that at? Where do you get them?
Well, all of our selections come from Europe. So we have one particular person. That's what he does for a living. He places dogs all over the United States in police departments. So he goes over, and he's been doing this for many, many years. All of our dogs here, going back to Barron, came from this same person.
Wow.
The same company. He's in Ohio.
Mhm.
So they can come anywhere from Czechoslovakia to Germany to Poland, you name it.
Oh my gosh. What a job and undertaking he has.
Yes.
Jeez. So you don't know who it is yet?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope. We don't know who it is. We don't know. We know it'll be a pointy-eared German Shepherd. So we don't even know what color the dog will be yet, or how old he'll be, or anything. So.
Now, how will he already be named, or how's that going to work? The name?
He won't be named yet. So, we'll talk about that. Generally speaking, we let the handler name the dog. He's going to spend, all of his life with this dog's life together. So it's usually nice if they can name him. But again, we leave that up to him because there's other options that him or her could do. So.
And then with Rudy retiring, Rudy's going to be with you for the rest of his life then. Yep.
So our goal is to, we're hoping to get about 1.5 years out of him. That'll give us, if we don't get another dog in place and trained and ready to go till, my guess would be probably early July here, be ready to go. That puts us with maybe a year from July where we'd be able to retire Rudy. I don't think he's going to like it much, but it's a choice for him, that we have to make for his health. Getting in and out of the car and jumping around. And if he went a few more months beyond that, we've got what our selection in dogs have been going. Woodhaven's getting ready to retire their dog, and I think he's 10 and a half now. And
wow.
we've had a few of them hit 11. But at that point, you really got to be looking out for the dog's health here.
Sure.
And again, even if he's agile and waiting to go, it's just time.
Exactly.
They need to enjoy something of their own. So
yeah. But I imagine it's going to be quite a change for Rudy too. I mean,
Yeah. You think about it, him and I are together every day,
every day.
long. I've never even taken a vacation without him being there. So
Wow.
that's just been me. I've always, we've always stayed at places and traveled where he could stay.
Yeah.
So he's gone to weddings with me.
Oh my gosh.
State and funerals and family trips, 4th of July trips up north. So yeah, he's not going to like it when I leave without him.
No. Well, he's been special. That's for sure.
Yeah. And even the chief said, hey, one day when that happens, he's like, he's more than welcome to come into the station with you and hang out. And
oh, that's awesome. Yeah.
Because he's been such a vital part of it,
Oh, absolutely. And the community.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's a real special part of the community,
And you're starting to see that out here in the dog world. People are finally starting to see the true abilities when you're choosing the right dog and you're choosing the right handler, where these dogs are social. And you're starting to watch police departments just obtaining dogs for that social aspect, that friend around the station, meet some visitors, the therapy type of dog.
Yeah.
Wayne has one.
Yeah.
Wayne Police Department has one in a lot of departments down south. So, yeah, maybe that'll be his role someday. A Friday come to work day or something.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, we'll see where that goes.
I hope we see him in the community more often.
Well, I don't think you're gonna not see him out there.
Dawn Corey, she says, will Rudy get to stay with you after he retires? Yes.
Yes.
We answered that. Yep. Let's see. Scott says that is awesome that they are going to let Rudy come back to the station when he retires. Yeah, Chief Gibbons is really, really good about that.
Yeah, I'm telling you what, he's phenomenal about our canine program. 120% supporting of it. And he's a dog lover himself. So, we've had a lot of conversations, and he said things like, I can't picture him not being here. So, he's like, any day he wants to come, he could come. Every day he wants to come, he could come.
Yeah.
And when it came to retirement, we were talking about it. And I said, I have to pick it. And he said, why can't Rudy just tell us when he doesn't want to go to work anymore? That's because he's never going to tell you he doesn't want to come.
Exactly. Never. Yes. Exactly.
Well, that's the beauty part about dogs. And that's why you see like a lot of things happen to them so suddenly. When you see, our pet dogs, you see them, they get cancer. They're up and running around one day, and the next day, it's near the end of their life. Because they'll push through life with all those struggles and never show any signs until it's that bad. And then you go to the vet and you find out, my gosh, this is how bad it is. But that's their work ethic. So they'll come to work they'll come with you every day if they can.
Yep. So you're actually a trainer, canine trainer too, correct?
Yes. Yep.
And that keeps you busy too.
That'll keep me busy, and that'll keep me busy with the next handler and the dog, because I'm very proud that he's going to come back here and work back here with us in the Community Resource Center. So we'll get him out in the community, and I'm looking at it like it's a great opportunity for me to pass on a lot of the things that I've learned and done to the next generation, who will stay here long after I'm gone, and hopefully some of those traits will continue to pass on.
Right.
That doesn't get to happen very often, when it comes to police work, so I love that aspect of being a canine trainer.
That is awesome. Yeah. Kathy Ward wants to know, and it's a good question, is there a pension for Rudy?
No, there's not a pension for him.
So you'll feed him out of your pocket and all that and board him, right?
Yep, and we'll take care of them here. That's my role in it.
That's going to be your pet.
It's the least I can do for, besides coming to work and catching bad guys and taking drugs off the street and having fun with the community. He's been a vital role for me in my success in learning how to train dogs, and
Yes.
he's showcased the things that a dog and a handler can do. And, he's been with me personally through good times and bad times, and, in sickness and in health. So that's the least I can do for him is give him some fun, comfortable years where he can just relax.
No, that's awesome. I know Mike wanted to know about the Citizens Academy. I had the privilege and honor of being in the first class, and it was awesome. Do we know anything when that might start up again?
I don't have anything concrete on that because a lot of this kind of depends on where these numbers are going, and where some of the governor's orders are headed toward. Things are opening up, and I think we could get that started like right away.
Yeah.
But we ask ourselves, what's the responsible thing to do? Because we're going to bring in 12 or 14 people, each week. We can social distance and apply all of those things, but do we do that or do we wait a month or two?
Right.
So
Right.
I think the answer is let's wait and see another month or two. That's my,
there's no big
my
hurry.
answer to it. Yeah, I mean, I'd rather do it right than do it wrong.
Yeah, there you go. And
So-
safe. Exactly.
And then that just means it gets better because everybody's been practicing here, getting ready for it. So we got some really good things. We redid our downstairs multi-purpose room. We're in the process of doing that.
Oh, really?
So, we're going to host it there. So the PowerPoint presentations and videos, we'll have 3 large TVs to be able to see them on. Or,
Wow.
we have a new sound system in there. They're repainting, doing some decoration work. So the chief's taking the opportunity to start updating the building while we don't have people in certain spots.
Mm-hmm.
So when we get it back, because we know when we get it back, we're going to come back at it 110%. What the things we seen 2 years ago, you're going to see it just triple because we've been away from that. So
Yeah.
we got to just get going.
So you actually learned quite a bit from the first class that I was in.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of changes then. That's awesome.
Yeah, a lot of changes and a lot of changes in even the teaching of it. The guys and gals that taught it got more experience out here now.
Yep.
They've gotten better at practicing. We've added and updated some things in it. They become more confident in their skills now that they've taught it. So you're going to even, Mike's going to get a better instructional period than you got.
Yeah. Well, it was a lot of fun. I'll tell
Yay
you
for the
that.
second team.
Yes.
I mean, we learned a lot of stuff, and what you guys go through is, I'll tell you, it's sobering. That's for sure. Let's see. Jennifer has one. There used to be crime numbers for Garden City in the city printed in the lobby of the police station. They handed them out at the neighborhood watch meetings too. Are those available online?
Yeah. So if you go to crime mapping, crimemapping.com,
Okay.
you can get our numbers. The chief releases. So that's a system. And we've talked about it at some of our community events. That system has all the data that's entered into it for crimes, right? And then you can go in there and it's a map of the city. It shows little pins. You can click on it and get some further information to them, and that's available to everybody. I can check with the guys that are doing the neighborhood watch and see about getting those numbers put back out there for some people that don't have computers or access to one. You can get them on the phone also.
Mm-hmm. Jennifer Woody Rice, I believe, is actually the vice president of the Neighborhood Watch Patrol. So,
Okay.
yeah, they were on a couple weeks ago, Mike? Last week?
Yeah.
Couple weeks.
A couple weeks ago.
And they're doing a great job. They've done some recruiting, Bruce, and they're up to like 44, 45 patrollers now.
Yeah, that's fantastic. I got an opportunity to meet with them probably about a month and a half ago when they had one of their initial meetings. I just happened to be grabbing a coffee and they were in the lot. So, you know me, I'm not going to pass an opportunity up to talk to a bunch of people from Garden City. So
exactly.
I think it's phenomenal. We look forward to as soon as, like I said, everything kind of changes here a little bit, to hosting a meeting here at the PD and kind of going over some do's and don'ts and for them to be safe and things that they can look out for to help us. Because I think that's phenomenal. We think it's phenomenal here.
That's awesome.
Support their efforts and what they're doing, and
they're definitely extra eyes and ears out there for you guys.
Yeah. And the other part besides what they do driving around in that is, that it's just another form of our community, right? And our philosophy and bringing everybody together. Together we're stronger, like we say all the time, and working together, and all those resources just coming together. And if you look at that, how successful it is, you look at all the other ways we can build upon those resources by bringing people together.
Right.
So I applaud them for furthering the cause too.
Yeah. Well, we were lucky to have him on last week as our guest, and we were actually fortunate enough to get them some gas cards too, which they can desperately use. Because all that's out of their own pockets, so
their own time, their own wear and tear on their vehicles.
Yeah.
And here's the thing: you don't even know what crime you're preventing, right? By just driving around
as a deterrent.
Yeah, it's a deterrent, because these people, we used to say for years we'd get calls where people would call us and they seen this or that, and then they say the police never showed up, and then I'd look back on the run. I said, we were doing our job. Yeah. What do you mean you never showed up? I said, well, because we park a couple of blocks down, we walk up on foot, we're walking in the dark. Because the people doing this know when they hear a car or they see somebody walking down the street or they see a headlight, and what they do? They hop the fences, half a block before we even know we're in the right spot.
Yeah, you're not going to come.
We're doing our job.
Lights and sirens on, and spook them.
So for those guys, it's great, because them seeing those lights coming down the road, tail lights, brake lights, they're going to leave the area because it's too active.
Exactly.
It's like porch lights on. It's just too active. They're not going to stay there. They don't wait for people to drive past. They take off and go somewhere else.
Right. So, what was that link again for the crime stats?
Crimemapping.com.
Crimemapping.com.
Yep. Let me see if I can get a connection here. We can pull it up.
Yeah.
And reverse it.
Crime mapping.
As you know, the internet connection is not the greatest. So if you go to it, I don't know if you can. That's what it looks like.
Okay.
On the phone, and then you can enter in your information. So you can go in there and select your state, your agency. A lot of the other departments have accessed it, or allow their community to access it also.
Okay.
And then once you go in there, you can even set it up to receive alerts for your particular area when something happens. You can look at, there's all sorts of criminal activity, and it populates once the reports are done and everything's approved. Mm-hmm. There's a little delay in the population of it, but it's not days. It happens relatively quickly.
Oh, okay.
Pretty much up to date on it.
Oh, very helpful. Very helpful. Also, speaking of crime, there was a robbery at the Jets Pizza there Tuesday morning. Really? That has been shared on Facebook, so you guys are looking for any leads there as well, right?
Yeah, somebody knows that person, right? Even though the photos may not be too descriptive,
right,
or too clear at times, somebody knows who that is by looking at it. And the more we share that, the better the chance is that somebody's going to call us or email us and tell us, hey, this is who we think it is. So if anybody has a suggestion, an idea, even a thought, don't hesitate to call and share it.
Yeah, I think it's Sergeant Hall was the officer that's handling that at 734-793-1715. And I shared it on our Facebook page, and I know it's on the Garden City Police Department Facebook page, so you can check that out.
Yeah, that's one of the things, one of the tools we've started utilizing, as you've seen, is, we're trying to when things like that happen, get images out there to help us ID them. We're also trying to stay on top of letting people know when the more serious events are happening in the community, so they can come here and get sometimes it's limited in information, And that most people understand that because we
Yeah.
still have a case to go through. But when we can tell you what happened and why it happened, and people are in custody for it, if you notice, we've been doing that on our Facebook page. We put the press releases out there, and they're very popular. And I think people appreciate kind of getting more of a fact of it, and then getting some security. Sometimes realizing that some of these events weren't just random events that happen.
Well, you're getting a lot more eyes on it too, because when you put it up, then I'll share it, and so on. You know, people share that. You know, that's what's great about the social media. I mean, when it's used right, it's a great tool.
Yeah, when it's used right, it's phenomenal. So
yeah, that's the main. Yeah, that's
the main part.
Hey, also you have a VIP program. You want to explain what that is? I belong to that.
Yep. So we've been using that fairly, not a lot because crime's been down, but when it's been happening and it's relevant, we've been using it. That's our video information program. Yep. So if you fill it out, there's a form on the city website under the police department. There's a link there to fill it out. It emails it. And what we do is when we think there's anything happening in that area and somebody left in a car or on foot, or there might be some other relevant information, I get on, send an email out. Hey, this is what we're looking for. Check your cameras. We've had a couple of really good positive feedback from people where they provided us stuff that was really relevant to a case.
Right.
So, and we do our best, not to have to, reveal who got it or who sent it to us. Most of the time the video is in itself is enough. We don't need to know where it came from. We just need video that helps us to ID it. So.
Yeah, it's a great tool. I mean, with just about everybody having a Ring doorbell now, you never know,
Yeah, Ring doorbells are popular. I think that's one of the things that we're going to be looking at here in the future is joining maybe that Ring program. See how relevant it is. Again, the COVID makes it not difficult to join, but difficult to communicate with even the companies and get feedback and information. And we were ordering some gun locks for our gun lock program. And my God, it took a month to get locks here, so everything slowed down because of it. So
well, I know a lot of people are blaming COVID for a lot of things. So sometimes I think maybe it's an easy excuse. I don't know, but it's a big deal. Now, let me ask you, with the weather the way it is, how's it going with the snow emergencies? Are they getting the cars off the streets or?
Well, it's not going bad. I think we had just over 100 tickets issued. So I guess maybe we'll explain that for people. So when we declare a snow emergency, the city does, there's no parking on the streets. Right. So you've got to, regardless of whatever the situation, I know in some of the neighborhoods, we've got some of these side streets where they've got just a short apron and 6 or 10 feet before you enter a garage. You've got to figure out a way to get the cars off the street because we want the plows to come by and clear everything for everybody.
Yeah, see if a neighbor will let you park there just for a while, till they plow.
Yeah, I mean, check that. Check some other, like you said, neighbors or local businesses maybe you can try out. But often I think you can find some neighbor where you can borrow a spot. But we got to get them off the street. When they don't get off the street, we cite those. For failing to move that vehicle under a snow emergency. It's a $100 ticket. If now we've gotten better in the last few years and we've started some different ways of approaching the program. So we're covering the entire city. Of course, there's always that chance you might miss a block, because you get called away for something. But I mean, I'm relatively sure we've covered this whole city on this last one. The guys got really good processes going. And then we come back and we recheck them to see if these vehicles have been moved. If they haven't, then we tag them. Wow. And then they're going to be allowed 48 hours on the tag. And then the vehicle has to be moved. Yeah. And if not, they get another ticket and they run the risk of us towing the vehicle.
Okay. And then they got to pay for that.
And then they got to pay for that. And in the meantime, the bad part is you get a ticket because something happens, you move your car. If you don't clean up that area is now a hazard for other people driving down the road.
Exactly.
People can't, if you got 2 cars parked on the side of a street, you've got several feet of snow, coming out from the driver's side. You know what I mean? It's encroaching into the roadway. Now people are driving slow to get around. And we just got to do a better job at getting the cars off of the street and so the plows can there. And the other part is as a community, you know, we pay, everybody's paying taxes. It's a big investment into their DPS. The last thing we want is a DPS running the risk of damaging a vehicle that's out on the roadway, whether it's with a plow or with snow.
Yep.
So it's just a respectful thing to do is let's get these things off the street.
I just wouldn't want to have to go out there and dig my car out.
I'm with you, let alone. So yeah, it's
so let's do our part, be neighborly about it and get your cars off the street. It's only for, you know, a few hours, maybe overnight or whatever even. But
yeah, I mean, it's winter and it's Michigan and we've all dealt with it. We know what's coming.
Yeah.
So maybe the better thing is anybody that got a ticket this year is to look at, you know, let me go find that neighbor, you know, see if I got a neighbor, even if it's 3 or 4 blocks down.
Yeah.
Sometimes too, and don't be afraid to call and report these cars ahead of time, because sometimes some of the cases with a lot of these cars, they've been sitting for great lengths of time and the neighbors have been really tolerant and polite and they haven't called and said, hey, my neighbor's got a car parked out for a couple of months. Well, guess what? Now it's a snow emergency. The car doesn't start or it's broken, parked there, broken down, you know, and now here we are dealing with it, right?
Yeah, right. Jeez. Well, Mike, you got anything you want to say? Any comments?
No, I know that this last snow emergency, my street was plowed somewhere in the middle of the night.
Yeah, they hit our street at 4 a.m.
Yeah.
4 o'clock in the morning. They did a great job. Great job. You got to really give them, you know, attaboy. That's for sure.
Oh, that DPS they're phenomenal. I challenge anybody. You go drive the streets of any of these neighboring cities.
Yep.
Ours, look at how well ours were done, and not to get back. But if we got the cars out of there, imagine where we'd be at.
Oh, it'd be great. It'd be fantastic.
I mean, it's phenomenal already. We would be impressive, but that's not DPS. That's the people got to move them. And they were out. Boy, they just every year just keep getting better and better over there.
And you know what surprises me is the county roads. I mean, Merriman and Middle Belt, just terrible. They were terrible.
Vinoy.
You know what? I think another thing, and I'm not a DPS. I don't know much about the DPS other than from working here, but I know they got a lot of new equipment over the last few years to replace a lot of that broken up equipment that they had. What a great investment, because it's paying off. When you see the different plows now, you see these big V plows,
and
the different sizes on the plows and the vehicles compared to what we used to have. I think that's what's helping get these streets cleaner and in better conditions. So, you know, kudos to the city government, management, and city manager and those people and DPS for investing in that good equipment and getting that done.
Absolutely. Yeah, Mrs. Chat says, yeah, that's right. We drove Livonia yesterday and it was terrible.
Yeah.
Terrible in Livonia. So, yeah, our guys did a really good job. Really good job. Well, anything else, Sergeant, that you want to cover or mention?
You know, other than that, I think, no, I mean, we've just been kind of getting through things. I think overall crime is down here in the city. We've been doing a really good job. Jump on that crime mapping, taking a look. Yeah. We got some new officers out there. So say hi. You'll meet them at community programs. A lot of new faces, some retirements, promotions. We've been doing a lot of training, taking this time. One of the big training that we've been involved in is this crisis intervention type training. So like the mental health thing, and it's becoming more and more prevalent and applicable out here. You know, you're starting to see more of that, right? The stress of the pandemic, some of the stresses of life and the things that are going. And we're starting to notice that as a community in a whole, not just as a police department, and saying, hey, we need to do other things in order to address these problems and help these. So the chief and our administrative lieutenant went out and found some programs, and we've been sending all of our officers to them. And the feedback, I know I went to one of them, and it was phenomenal. Not just we got a lot of good training for ourselves, even like how to keep ourselves healthy mentally and things to de-stress, along with information we could take back to helping some of these people in the community when we go, on these type of calls. So we've been putting, the Department of Hole's been putting a lot of training and opportunity and time into those type of programs. So those are going to be some other things you'll see out in the community as things go forward, the way we deal with things and how we approach them and handle them and that. So exciting to see those things.
A lot of changes, that's for sure.
All for the positive.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, look, sir, I appreciate you coming on as always. You and Rudy. How's
Thank
Rudy
you.
doing? Still sleeping?
Yeah, let's see if we can.
Let's get Rudy on. Oh, there he is. How you doing, Rudy?
We heard you.
Looking good.
He's pouting because I took his ball away from him. Because I knew he was just going to bring it over here and keep dropping it on my lap a million times during the show.
Well, we'll let you go so you can play with him a little bit. And let's see, what's Mrs. Chat say here? We certainly miss seeing you and the rest of the GCFD around town. Hopefully we will see you soon. Yeah, for sure, boy. We really miss you guys.
Yep. And if you have any questions, anybody out there, feel free to contact me. We'll do our best to try to help you out. If not, we can get you resources to figure out how to solve your problem. So
yeah, you're always there. I know that. And you're always on the job, doing a great job, all you guys. So, hey, give our best to the chief as well.
I sure will.
And you're welcome back anytime. Okay. Whenever you got anything you want to cover, just let me know.
I sure will.
All right. Take care.
Bruce,
Yes, sir.
what about the vest? Are we going to have to get a new vest for the new dog?
Yeah, that'll be, because as you remember, they come out and measure and fit and cut. So it's like us. So yeah, that definitely will be something to for you guys. I know the Kiwanis Club, if people weren't aware, purchased the last one for Rudy. What's it been, 3 years now?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I think it's been like 3 years now.
Yeah.
So that would definitely be something we would greatly appreciate. Yeah, definitely. Very, very appreciative.
Kiwanis Club and Lucky Dog and Party Animal.
And Party Animal Travel, Everybody came together and
that'd be great if they could do it again for the new one. So
I'm sure they will. They're a great bunch.
Yeah.
People, a lot of support for our community in that group. So
Scott Archer from Carrot Stick Sports says it's always great to see you. Glad you and Rudy are doing well. I will make sure to let you know when we have our grand opening so you can pop in.
Oh, absolutely. I noticed on Facebook, I seen he's getting ready.
Yeah. He's actually going to be our guest next week, Bruce. So
good.
He's going to be coming from Carrot Stick Sports, so maybe he'll give us a little tour as well.
There you go.
Kathy Ward says, thank you, Sergeant Bruce.
Thank you, Kathy.
All right. Okay, everybody's happy. Happy. All right, you take care. Have a great night.
You too, friends. We'll see you guys, and we'll see everybody soon.
Yeah, keep in touch, okay?
Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you. All right. Sergeant Shippe, great job. Boy, I was glad we could get a connection there, huh?
Yeah, that was definitely worth fighting for.
Yeah, it was. So we'll be getting a new dog. He's thinking sometime in the middle of the spring or summer, I guess.
Summer, I think you were saying.
Yeah, July, probably closer to July. Yeah, Rudy's been great, that's for sure. All right, Mike, are we ready to do some announcements?
Yes, sir. Cue up the music.
Cue the music. Me. It's time for
You make me cry. You say you're gonna leave.
here.
You know it's a lie, 'cause of the day when I die.
All right, sounding good. Okay. Do you have anything there yet?
I got a couple of things.
Okay.
Got an email that says Easter drive-by to visit the Easter Bunny. It's going to be sponsored by the Garden City American Legion Post 396.
Oh, okay.
It'll take place on Saturday, March 27th from 1 to 3. Its price is free, and the duration of the drive-by is 2 hours. I'm not sure what all that means, but anyway.
Huh.
And also the Garden City Figure Skating Club has had some real problems because they couldn't do their big skating fundraiser.
Right.
They're collecting bottles and cans at the Garden City Ice Arena this Saturday from 1 to 2. So if you got some bottles and cans, you don't want to bother taking them back to the grocery store.
They could use them.
Drop them off to them, and they'll take care of that.
Yeah, that'll help them out.
Yeah. Okay. What else we got, Gary?
All right. I will put it up here for you, and there you go.
Okay. Garden City Parks and Recreation is having a winter craft night Tuesday, February 23rd from 5:30 to 6:30 at the Maplewood Community Center. It's $6. It's limited to 12 crafters. You need to register by February 19th. So that's like
Tomorrow.
They're going to be making mason jar snow globes.
Yeah. Awesome.
Maplewood Senior Center's thrift store is reopening. In fact, it has reopened. They're open from Monday through Thursday from 9 to 2. They're really well stocked with stuff they'd like to have.
I think Kathy Ward's still working there, I hope. And you
I
go
think
there and
so.
say hi. Right?
Yep. Garden volunteer meeting. If you're interested in helping the Maplewood Community Garden, join us to plan the 2021 season. There's going to be a meeting at 6 p.m. on February 25th at the Maplewood Community Center. Experts and new gardeners are welcomed. We can't wait to see you. You can call 734-793-1849 if you have any questions.
Yeah, think spring, eh?
Yeah, please. Maplewood Senior Center has drop-in pickleball. It's every Tuesday from 10 a.m. to noon it's already started February 2nd.
Yep.
It's at the Maplewood Community Center, $3 for drop-in. 50 and up, learn to play for free.
Yeah.
Garden City Public Library is open for limited browsing. The library, of course, is located at 31735 Maplewood in Garden City, and their phone number is 734-793-1830. Limited browsing on Mondays through Fridays from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. You can get your story time to go, reading booster packs, tabletop games, take and make crafts, technology to go, Fitbits, Chromebook laptops, Wi-Fi hotspots.
That's kind of cool that you can actually take Fitbits and Chromebook laptops out.
Yeah.
I like that.
Drop-in badminton every Thursday from 10 a.m. to noon. It's already started on February 4th.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be every Thursday. Maplewood Community Center, $3 drop-in. It's open to 50 and up. Learn to play for free.
Yeah.
Garden City Parks and Recreation yoga. Monday at 5 p.m., Friday at 6:30 p.m. at the Maplewood Community Center.
Now, this is really, really cool here. I like this idea.
Parents' night out. Oh, yeah. You got to be having a lot of people are having cabin fever. Parents' night out at the Maplewood Community Center. We'll watch the kids while you get a break. March 12th, 5:30 to 9, starting St. Patrick's Day crafts, or starring, there's going to be St. Patrick's Day crafts, $10 for a child, $5 for a sibling. You need to register by March 8th. They'll have pizza, movies, crafts, games, and fun. Call 734-793-1850 to register.
Boy, what a great time, to give parents a break,
Yeah, a lot of them are got to be going crazy with this home learning and all that stuff.
Exactly.
them and the kids.
Yeah.
Aerobics, Tuesday at 8:45 or Thursday at 8:45. It's $6 drop in, $40 for residents for 10 weeks, $50 for non-residents for 10 weeks.
Yep. Well, that's early too, 8:45.
Yeah, well, got to get the juices flowing if
Yeah.
you get through the rest of the day, eh?
I'm having my second cup of coffee by then.
Yeah, me too. Saturdays at 9 a.m. there's going to be cardio strength training. $6 drop in, $10 for residents. Prints a little fine here. What is that? $40 for non-residents
Yeah, that is fine. Yeah, 40
for 4 weeks.
at the Maplewood Center. Yep.
Yep.
And our last one.
Free mask distribution.
Yep.
Masks provided by Wayne County Public Health Division. 5 workable, reusable, and adjustable masks per person.
Yep.
And I just happen to have masks to illustrate.
Oh, you got one?
Oh, I got a whole bunch of them. I've gotten a pack of 5, 2 weeks in a row from Monica Fulton.
Oh, wow.
They're really nice masks.
Oh, wow.
Adjustable.
To your right. Yeah.
Yeah. Adjustable.
Oh, nice.
It's a nice fit.
Very nice.
Washable and reusable.
Yeah.
I've got about 10 of them now.
Wow. Yeah, they're Mondays through Saturdays during regular building
This
hours.
is ours.
Maplewood Center. Yep. Balmoral entrance.
Right.
All right. Very good, sir.
Yep.
And that's all we got, I guess. A lot
Yes,
of
sir.
stuff going on.
Yeah, because considering how much we've been shut down and locked in, it's remarkable the number of things that are going on.
Right, exactly. Exactly. Yep, I guess that's all we got. All right. Well, hey, have you considered being a guest on our show? If so, or maybe you know someone, it's very easy. You can contact us through our website at gccommunitychat.com. You can send us your name, email address, and a brief message. We'll get back to you within 24 hours. Or you can message us on Facebook or text me at 734-788-9319. During this time, you can do the show remotely and safely from the comfort of your home or office, just like we did tonight. Maybe you own a business or belong to an organization. You'd like to share your information with us and the surrounding communities. If so, contact us today, and we look forward to hearing from you. And with that said, Mike, I think we're ready to call this a podcast.
Podcast.
Special thanks to K-9 Officer Sergeant Bruce Shippe. He had some really good information for us tonight. Got
Nice.
to know him a little better.
Nice cameo appearance by Rudy at the end there.
Yeah. You can contact Sergeant Shippe at 734-793-1728, or you can email him at shippe@gardencitymi.org. That's SHIPPE and the letter B at gardencitymi.org. He will get right back to you, I know, for sure. Also, thanks to my co-host, Dr. Tom Iwinski and Mike Jones. Great job as always. And thanks to all of you for tuning in every week. We very much appreciate it. Let's see if we got any comments in here. I did want to mention Sherry West was in there. She's a first-time listener, so I want to say hi to her. Dawn Corey, I mentioned. Jennifer Woody Rice, appreciate that. Scott Archer, we will see you next week as our guest. Let's see. Do they take kids from Dearborn? I believe they will as a non-resident. So you may want to give them a call, Scott, and see. But yeah, they got a lot of good.
Sounds like he's talking about the library programs, maybe the parents laid out.
Yeah, they probably will for sure.
You can call and check.
Yeah. Remember, this show will be available right after we sign off tonight on our Facebook page at facebook.com/GCChat. And then a little later on our YouTube channel at youtube.com/communitychatshow. If you haven't checked it out on our YouTube page, please do so. We hope that you'll help us out and get our subscriber numbers up. Be sure to click on the red subscribe button. We would really appreciate it. Check them out, especially if you tuned in late tonight. There's a lot of good information. Also want to thank Joe Bartley from J&J Taxes and More.
Yeah,
His tax talk.
very timely.
Yeah, it's his busy time of year, that's for sure. So thank you, Joe Bartley. And as we always do at the end of each show, we want to thank all of our healthcare workers, first responders, police and fire, everyone on the front lines who serve and protect us every day, right, Mike?
Yes, they do.
We can't thank them enough. Be safe, and we want you to know that you and your families are in our thoughts and prayers every day. And when you see something,
Say something.
absolutely. And when you see any of these heroes, please let them know how much you appreciate them. All right, the success of a community depends on the community. Remember that. So please support your local businesses, but please support them safely. That means maintaining your distance and masking up. They need that support now more than ever. Support them when you can. Remember, our restaurants are opening up with some restrictions, and that doesn't mean you can let your guard down. So continue to wear that mask, wash, and maintain a safe distance, and we'll all get through this together. Right, Mike? Safely.
That's the plan.
For all your weather information, be sure to head on over to DrTomsWeather.com. He's got a great user-friendly website over there. We will see you right back here next Thursday, February 25th, when our guest, as I said, will be Scott Archer, owner of Carrot Stick Sports right here in Garden City, and also the owners of the Two Archer Salon. So until next week, Mike, you have anything else you want to say?
No, sir.
All right. Thanks for listening. Stay safe, mask up, and have a great night. See ya.